Hello. This is just a little epilogue to today's adventure on my Meteor. Well, as you probably saw in part 3, I lost the gear shift linkage. Bolt decided to go AWOL, and I got stuck in third gear, which is a bit of a nuisance. And so I had to turn around at Blowfield. And I did all the return journey and starting and stopping all in third gear. So it just goes to prove how flexible and sturdy the Meteor is. I hasten to add that the gear linkage that broke was not a Royal Enfield part. I've still got the Royal Enfield one in the garage. Anyway, as you saw, I made the journey back. Instead of going straight back home, I dropped in to see those wonderful people at Superbike Warehouse in Great Yarmouth. I gave them a little call on my mobile when I arrived outside. I was a bit tired, as you can imagine, and I had a bit of a coughing fit at the end of the part 5 because, I think I was a little bit stressed. Anyway, the young mechanic came out. He said, "What's actually the problem?" I pointed at the gear shift linkage and he said, "Oh, I'll fix that." He popped back in, came back out with a fresh bolt and a nylock nut. Had it sorted in a jiffy, and all for the price of a pack of Rich Tea biscuits next time I'm passing. So that was very good of them. I go to Superbike Warehouse because they're very close to me. They're within a mile of where I live. So they're quite handy for things like servicing and all sorts of stuff. The irony was that I was taking a trip to Norwich to go to the Royal Enfield dealer, Moonraker, because I've got my membership number for the Royal Enfield Owners Club and I'm supposed to get a membership pack from there. I also had a spare key from my old Himalayan that I sold to them, and I was supposed to drop the spare key off to them. Well, as you saw, it was a mission abort and return to base, so there you go. But it proved two things. First of all, the Royal Enfield can take a little bit of abuse when need be, which it did this time. It needed to take a little bit of abuse in third gear to get me back, but get me back it did. The other thing is also it proves that sometimes even good aftermarket kit can go wrong. But it's just one of those things. It's just something else to tuck away as experience. And that's the other thing, because I'm a bit of an old bugger and fairly self-reliant. Obviously, I got myself out of the mess. I suspect a lot of younger people might have just stopped and then called the AA, but it wasn't really a very safe place to stop on a 70-mile-an-hour dual carriageway. It's bad enough having to ride at 40 mile an hour in third gear, but I knew I could do it. And once I got back on the Acle New Road again, heading back for Yarmouth, I knew that I wasn't going to be going too slow, so that worked out okay as well. Now, two things that did go right today, which aren't immediately apparent, was you may have noticed I took the windshield off the Meteor because it was interacting with my crash helmet. I was getting turbulent air coming off it and hitting me in the face, and it was making it very uncomfortable. And if I had my Enfield helmet on, it vibrated so badly that I got double vision, which is not something I care to repeat. Anyway, I took the windshield off and all the problems I'd had disappeared. My HJC helmet worked perfectly well. There was slightly less wind noise than I'd had on previous recordings, although I still need to get that Meteor Pro casing thing with a special microphone, which I'll do in the future. And the other thing, my son had told me that the pin lock, I noticed everybody uses these pin-lock double glazing things that go inside their helmets. And I'd asked my son if they actually work, and he said, yes, indeed, they do. And I do, well, I'll get one. And I had all the fittings already in my helmet, but not the actual bit. So Superbike Warehouse got hold of the pin-lock device for me, the sort of double glazing thing, and put in for me yesterday. And I tested that today, and that worked beautifully as advertised. So if you are an old grey beard like me, who isn't using a pin lock, and you wonder whether it's worth doing, well, I can tell you it is. And in actual fact, under the circumstances, it did make life just that little bit easier. So, yeah, it's definitely worth having a pin lock. Anyway, that's me done for today. I still haven't learned how to splice all the different segments of film together, so I'm afraid it's all coming a 5-parter. For some reason, my camera records them at like 8 minutes and 52 seconds. I have no idea why. I keep trying to go into menus and things to see if I'm doing something wrong. I think I might have to give Saddlebag 73 a shout and see if he knows what's going on, because he knows a little bit more about those than I do. It's still early days for me. Anyway, I'm now getting ready for bed, so I shall catch you all on my next video. Oh, and the other reason I'm doing one of these piece to camera things is because apparently some of you think that I did quite well with the last one. Originally I'd not intended doing piece to camera, but apparently some of you said that I came across quite well on it. So I thought, well, I might have another go. And I thought I'd better make one this time because, well, I want to explain what happened on the trip to Norwich that wasn't. Yes, mission aborted, return to base, back for tea and medals, you know. Hey-ho, that's the way it goes, isn't it? Anyway, hopefully my next... I must admit, actually, thinking about it, I did think to myself, coming back down the Acle Road, I did think to myself, God, I wish I'd taken the bull out today. I wouldn't be doing this otherwise. But there you go. But then, having said that, I run two Royal Enfields, so, you know, it's fine. As it happens, it's all fixed now. As I say, the mechanic at Superbike Warehouse at Yarmouth did the job really quickly, sorted it out. No problem, bless them. They do help me out. They do know that I've got certain disabilities, and they're really good there. So if you do want a motorcycle place and they'll really take good care of you, them young people there are really good. They always treat me with great respect, and they help me out, and they do that little bit extra for me, so I do appreciate that. So that's why I'm giving them a shout out. Anyway, somebody else I was supposed to give a shout out to was that bloke on a motorbike. I thoroughly enjoy his videos, and yes, and he does some interesting trips as well up north. And who was the other one I was trying to remember the other day? Oh yes, Coast Rider Scotland. Oh, Bruce, up on the east coast of Scotland there. He goes to a lot of World War II sites. He went and did a really good video on Trem Aerodrome last week, which I thoroughly enjoyed. He also does a little bit of tinkering with his Royal Enfield Classic. And he's a thoroughly nice chap as well, so check out his channel too. Anyway, that's it for tonight. I've had enough now. I'm going to go off. I've now got to do a shift on the HCM Global News channel where I'm a moderator. That's what I do at night times. And then I have a few snacks. Got some crisps up there tonight. And hopefully a Mars bar if the wife has put one on my bedside table. And of course my lemon squash. I always have a litre of lemon squash on the bedside table and keep myself hydrated that way. That's my tip. No matter what happens, always stay hydrated. No matter what your age. Because you never know You never know when you might need a drink. But of course, if you keep hydrated, you ain't got to get thirsty. Also, if you keep yourself hydrated, you'll stave off nasty things like sepsis and that sort of thing. So there you go, there's a bit of a tip from another old greybeard. Okay, anyway, I'll catch you all later. Look after yourselves. Keep that shiny side up. Tally-ho and chocks away. Bye.